In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the specially merciful, the exalted, the omnipotent, and the omnipresent. Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? Hope you people are perfectly fine. I am Miss Zubia Iqbal and I am going to deliver a lecture on the topic kinds of sentences, which has been taken from unit number 1, and the objectives of my topic are: the students will be able to identify the 4 kinds of sentences. The second one is to determine which type of punctuation mark, period, question mark or exclamation point is used with any given sentence. The third one is to demonstrate their ability to write declarative, interrogative, exclamatory and imperative sentences. So, in writing and speaking, there are 4 basic types of sentences that we use for different purposes. And these types are declarative, imperative, interrogative and exclamatory. These different kinds of sentences in English allow us to express ourselves clearly. And using a variety of sentences in your writing will add interest and help you get your ideas across effectively. To communicate clearly, it's important to know the function of each type of sentence so you can make the right choice depending on your purpose. Before moving forward, I want to tell you the definition of a sentence. What is a sentence? A sentence may be defined as a group of words that contains a subject and a predicate and expresses a complete thought. For example, the baby is crying. The baby is the subject of the sentence and is crying is the predicate of the sentence. So this sentence is giving a complete meaning and conveying complete message. So this is called a sentence. The first kind of sentence is declarative sentence. A declarative sentence is one which states or declares something or one that states a fact. For example, the students are playing basketball. As you can see, these sentences make statements, whether of fact or opinion. Declarative sentences can be simple. In a declarative sentence, the subject usually comes before the verb. It starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop in writing and a drop in pitch in speech. These are some examples of declarative sentence. Students study their lessons. He is the owner of the lot where our house stands. I am a teacher. The sun rises in the east. So, declarative sentences can be simple, and in the first 2 examples are compound, and in the final example they are not complex. They can also be in any tense as long as they do their basic job of presenting information. This makes them the most common sentence type. The next one is imperative sentence. An imperative sentence is one which expresses a request, command or an order. So, the imperative sentence do not simply state a fact, but rather tell someone to do something. These can be in the form of friendly advice, basic instructions or more forceful commands. For example, please give me a glass of water. An imperative sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a period. Generally, the subject is not mentioned and only the predicate is expressed. Many imperative sentences ends in period, but some of the more forceful commands or demands may end in an explanation. You can identify an imperative sentence because it appears to be missing a subject. Look, the first sentence, go to school. There is no subject in this sentence. The next one is, please close the door. There is also not a subject, but it's a polite request. Please close the door. Please. We are using the word please for polite request. Tell me who he is. This is not a polite request. This is a command. Tell me who he is. So, you can identify an imperative sentence because it appears to be missing a subject. However, the command of each sentence, second person, the subject of the sentence may be omitted. See, in this sentence, please call your sister. The third one is interrogative sentences. An interrogative sentence is one that asks a question. These are direct questions and they are punctuated with a question mark. For example, do you know that man? So many interrogative sentences start with question words like how or why, but others are yes or no questions that begin with the verb instead of the noun. It is important to remember that interrogative sentences still require a noun and a verb to be complete. An interrogative sentence usually begins with an asking word with the first letter in capital and always ends with a question mark. For example, do you know how to write a poem? Did the child eat his dinner? Why did you come late? Have you received my gift? Where do you live? So you people see that the first one or a beginning word is capital and asking a question, and the sentence ends with a question mark. So it's clear to you people that someone is asking a question or inquire about something. Next one is exclamatory sentences. An exclamatory sentence is one which expresses a sudden or strong emotion or feeling such as happiness, sadness, anger, surprise, fear, or excitement. These sentences are like declarative sentences in that they make a statement instead of asking a question. But their main purpose is to express strong emotion. They are easily recognized because they end in an exclamation point instead of a period. For example, help, our house is on fire. So notice that each of the example contains both a subject and a verb, which is still a requirement. An other example of exclamatory sentence is also how well he sings. Wow, he just won a gold medal. I said I wanted tacos instead of pizza. So these also are exclamatory sentences and contains subject and verb. An exclamatory sentence cannot be a single word. It usually begins with a capital letter and ends with an exclamation mark. Sometimes a period is used to lessen the force of the exclamation. Here are some examples of exclamatory sentences. What a good dinner that was. Oh my God. Run for your life, Joes. Forgive me, mother. Ah, here comes his wife. So you people see that there is anger, fear, sudden choice, and the sentence begins with a capital letter and ends on exclamation mark. So these are